grab a beer, and pull up a chair. Welcome to the Northwoods Beer Guy Podcast. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Northwoods Beer Guy Podcast. This is Mike, the Northwoods Beer Guy, and as always, I am joined by Jim.
Hey, buddy, how are you doing?
Doing good, man. How about you?
I don't think I could get any better since we're drinking craft beer.
There you go. Good to hear. We are once again back in the studio, which is nice for a change.
There we go.
The brewery we're featuring today, we have had other shows,
Yes.
but I guess you could say we're in the same church, but a different pew.
Oh, wow.
I guess you could say that, couldn't you?
Wow, you are like coming off the top rope.
Yeah, because normally we are heavy into this company's barrel-aged stuff.
Which they do a very good job.
And we do have one.
Yes.
We do have one. But the rest of these, to be honest with you, I have not heard. I've heard of two of them.
They're probably right in your wheelhouse more than my wheelhouse.
And one of them is the barrel-aged one. I've heard of that one. We've had that one before. But
yes.
But these other ones, I have had the one, but the rest I've never even heard of them. So it's really going to be an interesting show. So basically we are...
Let's hope it's in a good, interesting way.
Yeah. We are, once again, visiting Central Waters.
Central Waters.
Out of
Amherst,
Wisconsin.
There we go. That's a good thing.
But like I said, the majority of these are not, I repeat, not their barrel aged.
No.
So
some have me scared.
Yeah. A couple of them, I'm kind of, when looking at the notes on them, I'm kind of like, oh, interesting. I didn't even know they made that kind of a beer.
Yeah, this will be interesting for sure all the way around.
Yeah, you got that right. So, well, should we just jump into one here? Oh, boy. So my reprieve last week is over.
Yeah, and guess what?
What's that?
I found 11 questions.
We got 1, 2, 3, 4. We only got 7 beers, though.
Oh, so this is going to be really fun.
Dang it. Can you tell me what they're about?
Yes, I can. The questions are all relating to craft beer.
Oh, okay. Well,
does that help?
At least I have a chance.
Yes.
I'm not a very good chance, but I got a chance.
Yes. And I think you could probably get
1
or 2 right.
Okay. Well, keeping my fingers crossed.
There we go. All right. So what are we going to start with?
Well, hey, so the first one that we have is it Ode? O-D-E.
Yes.
Ode. But this is the Japanese rice lager version. And this is 5.2% ABV. Now, if you remember last week, the majority of them were less than this one.
Yes.
So that was, ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't listen to that one, that was our St. Patrick's Day show.
Go back and listen. It was really good.
Yes, we learned why the leprechauns are angry.
Yes.
So, all right. So a Japanese rice lager. This should be kind of an interesting thing.
Yes, I found that there are 5 different Ode.
And it's like a series then.
Yeah, and they're all lagers. There's a Vienna style, a rye, a corn, a rice, and just the lager.
Okay.
So it says there may be other variations of Ode beers, such as those brewed in honor of Ashley Anderson, with proceeds going toward her treatment and recovery.
I wonder who that is or what cancer maybe? I don't know. Huh.
I don't know.
Okay.
I wish I knew more.
So does it go into any...
All right. So it says, you got the 5.2%, right?
Yep.
Extra crispy. Oh. There was 2 extras in there. Is this like bacon?
Could be.
It brewed with a massive amount of rice. And how much is that?
I was going to say, is that a good thing or
is that a lot?
Because normally your rice beers are some big brand beers
like Anheuser-Busch.
Yeah, well, in that arena.
All right, now I don't know how to say this word. Be
careful how you say this one.
God, I don't even know. Mashed and naturally carbonated, this light and refreshing lager finishes pleasantly dry and bubbly.
Ooh.
Perfect for sipping and celebrating.
Well, there you go. It's like a party.
Party in a can.
Party in a can. Very light color.
I mean,
you can see through that bad boy.
This is like 1 shade above clear water.
This one the aroma reminds me of last week a little bit. There's not much there.
No, gosh, I hope this is good.
Well, here we go to the rice lager.
Well, there's flavor. Do you know how many rice lagers we've had?
Intentionally?
Yeah.
Probably not many.
And scored?
Probably not many.
Not many?
I'd have to look look on Untapped for that information, but there's probably not a whole lot.
Yeah, this is on the.
I don't think this is like a really popular style that a lot of craft brewers are jumping to.
And there's probably not a lot of bourbon barrel aged Japanese rice lagers.
Probably not.
Oof, wow.
Because I think I've always heard. Now I apologize if this is wrong, but I always thought I heard that sometimes they use rice because it's cheaper.
Oh,
Now I don't know if that's true, and I'm not just talking about Essential Waters. I mean, just any brewery in general. And that could be wrong.
But they use a massive amount.
A massive amount.
Yes. Which
that's a technical term. Massive amount.
It could be a lot.
Could be more than a lot. It's a massive amount.
Massive. All right. Well, we just don't know how much.
Really not a whole lot of flavor. This would be one of those. It could be a lawnmower beer.
Yeah.
Honestly, but there's just not a whole lot of flavor to it either.
Yeah, I'm going to have to let you start on this one too.
Oh, boy. Yeah, it's very light in the aroma, very light in the flavor.
But it does have extra crispy.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. It's not like bacon.
Yeah.
Not like bacon, crispy bacon.
I'm not crunching. I don't have to chew my beer.
Nope, I agree with you there.
Maybe it's that first word. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, that.
I'm not saying that.
Yeah, I'm not even going to say it because I don't know how you pronounce that. Boy, flavor-wise.
Do you think they mashed it too hard and mashed some of the flavor out?
Could be. You never know. I don't know. I'm not. Again, it's not offensive at all. Anybody that's never drank a craft beer, they could drink this.
Yeah.
Because I don't necessarily know if this is a craft beer.
Right. I don't. What would you tell them it tastes like?
Yeah, that's it. How do you describe it? There's just not a lot of flavor to it,
Boy, I thought this is like less flavor than like a big box beer, light beer.
I would agree.
And that's hard to say, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not offensive, but like we've said before, you and I are kind of stickler. We like flavor, and there's really not much there. I'm going to go a 2.1 just because, and like I said, I think it could be a lawnmower beer. If it was ice cold on a hot day, you could chug it.
Yeah.
But why?
They go to the bathroom.
There's a lot of other beers that you could take that role that have flavor, So yeah, again, it's not offensive. Anybody that hasn't had a craft beer before could drink it, but I'm just not really a big fan.
So I didn't look at it, but I mean, is there anything on the artwork that we can even give it a 1/10 of a point on?
Well, I mean, it's got, kind of a nice sunset and trees, and there's like the heron on it. But artwork wise, it's not bad. But does that make up?
Does that give you stretch it out far enough?
Yeah, well.
Yeah, I'm with you, buddy. I'm gonna have to go 2.0. I mean, it's not bad. It's just not there. We're kind of picking up where we left off last week.
Yeah, this would have fit in with the Irish ones. I don't know, dude. It is. I mean,
that is light. I mean, I think I've actually went to the bathroom and had a different urine color that's darker than this.
Darker than that.
This is really super.
Well, the thing that makes up for it is Central Waters is in the top percentile for their barrel aging program.
Right, yes.
So they more than make up for this. But like I said, I don't know. I'm sure there's a market for it, and it could be maybe the younger folks, I don't know, but
not us.
This would be one you could compare it if somebody went there going, hey, what do you have that's like this mass-produced beer? They could drink that.
Right.
That would be the only saving grace, I think. For me and you, there's no way we'd ever go there and request this.
No. Since we were talking about that. So let me give you your first question.
Okay.
What is the primary fermentable sugar source used in beer making?
That's the malt or the grains. It's the sugar out of the grain.
Which grain? Gotta be a little more specific.
Barley.
Oh,
did I get it?
You got it right.
Oh, now you're mad, aren't you?
I'm going to give you 1/10 of a point.
Okay, nice.
Dang it. All right, question number 2.
All right.
Which country is known for inventing Pilsner?
You've had this before, and I can't remember. Germany.
Oh, come on. I'll even give you a second chance.
Czechoslovakia.
Yes.
Oh, so I get a 0.5%?
No, we're at a -100.
Oh, dang it.
That was it. I knew you knew it. That's why I wanted to give you the second.
Because I was bouncing back and forth in my head. I go, is it Germany or is it Czech? Because they've had Czech-style Pilsners, and German.
I think when we looked on the Czech ones we talked about, we looked at all their brewing when they first started brewing. It's been 14, 15, 1600s.
Yep. Craziness.
Yes.
Craziness.
So you are almost above zero.
Awesome. For once, I quit. I should have quit after the first one.
There you go.
Awesome.
All right.
I guess let's. Now, this next one, I didn't even realize they had a pilot series. I had never heard of it. And like I said before, all of these, I've only heard of 2 of them. But so this is their pilot series, Roger Roger. And this is their American Pale Ale, 5.35%.
So I got a little bit.
Okay.
This exceptional brew features a highly expressive yeast strain renowned for its classic American Pale Ale aromatic qualities. Without the vegetable...
The what?
The vegetal notes sometimes associated with dry hopping. Crafted with Cashmere, Belma, and Barbie Rogue hops, Roger Roger Pale Ale burst with notes of fresh floral berries, strawberries, blueberries, and ripe citrus.
Okay. I will bet you $1 that we'll get the citrusy taste, but we won't get any berry type flavor because that's typically what we ran into.
Yeah. There's a lot. That's a lot of berry.
A lot to go on.
I don't even know what a floral berry is.
Yeah, it smells like a pale ale. At least there's an aroma.
Oh,
there's an aroma. I'll give it that.
There's hops in there.
There's a couple. Yeah.
And we said 5.35, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
This one, in the last 2 weeks, this one probably has the most flavor so far.
Yeah.
And I'll guarantee some of these other ones are going to have more, but this one has flavor.
I don't taste a strawberry.
No.
A blueberry.
I maybe get a hint of a blueberry, but I'll guarantee it's just the citrusy, from the citrus from the hop. That's kind of just.
What about the floral berry?
I'm not sure what a floral berry is. Is that kind of like
what's a vegetal note?
I'm not sure.
I don't think I've
It's
ever...
a vegetal.
Oh, is it vegetal, not vegetable?
I don't know what it is. I'm not sure. We'll just say we're not sure and leave it at that.
And where does Roger Roger, what is...
Well, hey, that's like military.
No, it's just one.
Oh.
Roger that.
Roger that. Well, Roger. We know Roger. Maybe we have to start calling him Roger.
Roger.
Roger. He'll be like, what? Interesting.
One is sufficient.
Yeah.
Ooh,
well,
yeah.
What do you think on this one?
Oh, boy. Well, as you know, I'm not a big pale ale fan. Granted, this is an American pale ale, not an India pale ale. Ooh, yeah. I guess for me, like the aftertaste is that hop. Yep. That just drowns out all the... I mean, if I could taste the other things that they say are supposed... I mean, they could be in here. I just can't taste them, but that hop just overpowers. And I don't know... It says here, the highly expressive yeast strain.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that... so this is out of Milwaukee. I'm sorry, I didn't listen to that first part.
Oh, is this the...
So this is out of their Milwaukee...
Tap room,
yeah.
So same company, just...
Yep.
But boy, the first one just had no flavor. This one is not a flavor that I like.
Right.
Oh, boy.
I think we may grade this one a little more widespread between you and I.
I'm going to have to go 1.9. I'm not a fan. I'm burping up hops. All I taste is hops. I don't get the citrus, blueberry, strawberry, or floral berry. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry.
All right. Well, for myself, I mean... And I know this is kind of a stretch, but when you were talking, I was sitting there kind of trying to figure out the aftertaste. Like I said before, I almost had a little bit of a blueberry flavor, but the other one's not at all. And I do think it's more just the citrus from the hops. I don't mind this too bad. Would it be one I would intentionally go out? Probably not, but I'm going to go like a 2.3.
Ooh, wow.
Because I do think it's fairly decent, not over the top hoppy, like your India pale ales are definitely a stronger hop. But this one is for an American pale ale, it's a pretty decent example, I think. But again, like I said, I probably wouldn't rush out to buy it myself. So, and a new person just getting into craft beer, they may not particularly care for it just because, hops are... You have to get used to hops.
Yes.
And I think a new person would be like, ooh, that's too hoppy. So,
yeah. Because we've had entire podcasts where we've had great pale ales. I mean, that I haven't had any of this hoppy flavor that we really liked. But
did I happen to tell you I have another idea for an IPA podcast?
Oh, not Variations of Roger Roger. Is that what came to mind?
No, but I got an idea coming up. So. You're going to love it.
Boy, it's like hurting my jaw.
So you want some more?
Oh, wow.
It's like I said, I've never even heard of these, and it's okay, Again, like I said, I think their expertise is definitely the barrel aging, and they've proved that over and over. So these other ones are going to be interesting, and hopefully they'll get better, but
Yes, let's get back into our good questions so that we can have the listeners participate with us.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what is the process called where yeast converts sugars into alcohol and carbon dioxide?
Well, it's fermentation. Is that the word you're looking for?
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
I'm going to give you plus 0.001.
Because that was too easy.
Yeah.
Dang it.
All right. Number 4. Which type of beer is traditionally served with a slice of orange?
Oh, because it's Blue Moon is like,
There you go.
Is
Yeah.
what example.
Yes.
But what
What was the style?
Oh, I'm drawing a blank, and I'm going to kick myself. Dang it.
Starts with a W.
Wit beer.
Yes.
Yes, thank you. Give me a .0001.
Minus 500.
Oh, man. Because
I
I got
gave you a hint.
wit beer.
Wit beer.
I gave you the example.
Yes, you did.
And another one that was actually was pretty good was by Lanningcool's. Remember their Sunset Wheat?
Yeah. Yes, that one was good.
But then when they got purchased, they got rid of it because it was a competitor to Blue Moon. And
yes.
The people that bought it already had Blue Moon, so
Yes. So,
bummer.
yes, so that was a good one. So
Yeah.
you're doing okay.
Yeah,
You're only down 1,000 points now.
Hey, I'm happy.
There you go.
That's the closest to zero I've been in a long time.
All right. Do we got something better?
Oh, dang. We have a pale ale.
Oh, darn it.
This is their HHG American Pale Ale at 5.4% and 45 IBUs.
Nice.
Do you happen to know what HHG stands for?
It took me a little bit of digging,
Okay.
but I found out it meant horseshoes and hand grenades.
So that's all you got to be close with.
That's right. You just got to be close.
Yep.
Inspired by the music of Wisconsin band Horseshoes and Hand Grenades,
Had no idea.
this Citra and Mosaic hopped American Pale Ale is best enjoyed with friends, old and new, while playing or dancing to your favorite tunes.
Okay.
Let's make some memories today. I've never heard of that band.
No, I have not either. So hopefully they're extremely good.
Yes, so we do have a nice head, a nice foamy head. I mean, that's
and it's definitely
lighter
it's a little
color.
bit. Yeah, it's lighter, but it's darker than like your normal Pilsner, things like that.
Yes.
So yeah. Oh, he's going to look at the can.
So what's weird, across the top it says ale, sun, earth, and sky.
Yeah, they're like very, if I remember right, Essential Waters is like very like environmentally friendly
Conscious.
kind of thing. Yeah. There you go. Conscious,
So,
yeah.
but I don't know what the tie-in is to those words to the
Oh, yeah.
music.
Because it's not on the other ones, is it?
Right.
Huh. I'm not sure, dude.
All right. Well, again, one of those unanswered questions. Ooh, boy, it smells.
You mean the aroma?
I can smell it. Huh. Oh, boy.
I will safely say I think the Roger had better flavor.
Wow. Oofda.
You doing okay over there?
Boy, these are not in my wheelhouse.
This one is 45 IBUs, but it's definitely got a stronger piney hoppy flavor.
Oh, yeah.
You love it. And you know you love it.
Oh, and the aromas.
So you've been out of IPA practice for a while. We got to get you back in there because you were starting to like some of them.
The ones because we did a totally blind one that we've never even had at the breweries before. Were really good. They were juicy, hazy, really good flavor. Then these are just like, oof.
This one has definitely got a strong.
It just dries your mouth right out.
Oh yeah, yep. It's got a drying effect there. Boy, yeah. I'm gonna go with 2.2. It does have more flavor than the first one because the first one really didn't have any flavor.
Yeah, the race.
But it's a lot stronger hop flavor than the second one, than that Roger did. Yeah. And I guess between the two, I'd rather drink the Roger than this one.
And for me, even it says 45 IBUs. I think this is more than 45 for bitterness for me. Again, I'm not an expert on how they do the IBUs, but boy, this really is a lot more bitter and hoppier, much more hoppier for me. I'm gonna have to keep going down. I'm going 1.8.
Okay. I totally get it.
This is. I mean, I don't know if I could recommend this one for
a new person. I wouldn't.
this might scare them.
I just think it's too. When you said it has kind of a dry finish, you're right. And we're used to that for an India Pale Ale.
Yes.
And not so much an American Pale Ale, but this kind of caught me off guard anyway.
I mean, I would almost think this has more of an India Pale Ale style than an American Pale Ale.
Yeah, I agree.
For me, I don't know. I mean, I could be way off base, but
no, I agree with you 100%. I think it's closer to that. Yeah,
it's just.
This has to be one of on that flavor, the stronger hop drying effect of a American Pale Ale that we've ever had.
Yeah, these are, and this, I mean, what's hard is, again, you read the little write-up here, and you're like, oh, that's
not so bad.
That's not so bad, then wham!
And you're like, whoa, wait a minute, was that the same beer?
And I mean, we've had some decent American Pale Ales.
Oh, yeah, yep.
That were not.
And typically, you kind of have preferred some of those because they're that lighter flavor.
Not as hoppy.
Not this one, boy.
This one has hops.
Oh yeah, that it does for sure.
Oh boy! All right,
you got another question?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh, my eyes are watering. All right, question number 5.
Okay.
What is the term for a beer made by blending a young beer with an older aged beer, often sour?
A younger beer and an older beer.
And this is worth $1 million.
Because you're looking at me going, he has no idea.
$1 million.
So this is going to be worth 1 million points.
I've actually never even heard of this before. I don't know if we've had one of these.
Blending a younger... Because I was going to say, when you first said about blending beers, I was going to say a cuvee, but that's the ones we've always had. They've all been like barrel aged and they've mixed them together.
Yes.
I don't know on this one, dude. I'm sorry.
So, I mean... I wish somebody out there, one of the listeners, would tell us more about it. So I'm going to spell it.
Okay.
If you want to write it down. Because I don't know how to say it, actually.
Okay.
Gueuze.
Yeah, I got nothing for you.
Is it Gueuze?
I don't know. We'll have to try and figure that out.
I wish somebody would send us ones to try. I mean, it sounds interesting. Well, it's sour. I mean, I would taste it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But I don't know. I don't think we've had that style of beer.
No,
I'm sure one of the
we haven't.
One of the few styles that we
haven't had. Yeah.
So,
because like I said, we've had cuvées and all that,
right?
But I've never I can't even pronounce it. When I wrote it down and I can't pronounce it. So
I'm not even going to charge you for that one.
Okay, good. Thank you.
But I read it and I was like, well, that's interesting. Maybe somebody out there knows about it.
Yeah, that is interesting. We'll have to keep an eye out. See if we ever run across one of those.
There you go.
To try. But yeah, I've never even heard of that.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
Which grain is commonly used in the production of gluten-free beer? This is an easy one.
Rice? No. What grain? Gluten-free. And I should know this because we have friends that the wife needs gluten-free beer. It's not wheat.
It's not wheat.
Because wheat is
that's the opposite end.
It's not wheat. It's not. They're going to be so mad at me that I don't know this. I don't know, dude.
Sorghum.
Oh, see, I didn't even remember that was a grain.
Minus 1,000.
That's where I know there's sorghum has been used for like honey kind of stuff, but I didn't realize it was a grain.
Well, you're doing all right though, buddy.
I need a beer after that.
What have we got?
That round was brutal on me.
The beer and the questions.
The beer and the questions. So now we're on to another ode or odie or whatever.
Odie?
Yep.
All right.
And this one is their corn lager.
Corn.
And the can is the same, except in the first one was a yellow kind of the outline, and this is kind of a darker blue.
Okay.
So,
all right. So this is
5.5%, by the way.
Again, made in Milwaukee.
Yep.
That brewery down there.
Yep.
This lager is brewed to be refreshing, lightly hoppy, knock on wood.
We'll be the judge of that.
And extra crispy. Now, the first one...
The rice one was extra.
This is only single extra.
Okay.
The D word again.
Duh.
I don't know what
right.
What that is. Mashed and naturally carbonated. We pour this on a special side pull faucet from the Czech Republic to accentuate the aromatics from the foam and the very soft mouthfeel this beer offers. And sometimes I feel like I'm just getting violated when I say stuff like that.
Sorry. Yeah.
Brewed with corn, thank God.
Yeah.
And a light hop hug of super Caesar hops. Ooh, this is a good time you don't want to miss out on.
Now, when you were talking about that side pull faucet on Untapped, they just added that. It's like, where you can have can, bottle, that they just added that to it. And I'm pretty sure I've never had a beer out of one of those.
So isn't usually they tap the beer on the ends?
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know if it's
side in the middle?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. I'm going to have to look into that some more and just figure out what that is. But I know they just added it here probably within the last couple of months, and I still have never had one from
And you said
there.
that was through
Untapped.
Untapped.
Yeah.
And this is the corn
lager.
It's definitely light in color. It looks like corn.
Yeah, they've all been very light so far.
I don't see
Not a whole lot of...
For aroma, not much there.
I'm going to grab the rice can. Yeah. You can't... Yeah, I don't know.
Gosh, I'm just like comparing the super hoppy ones to something I can't hardly taste.
This one, again, it gets back to very, very minimal flavor.
You
can tell it's a lager. It has kind of that flavor, but it's very, very light.
Yeah. You know what I'm afraid of is I think these first four are on the lighter end.
Yeah, and then the last ones are going to be
they're going to kick us in the knee.
Vastly different, I think.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything these three have in common with the first four.
No.
Not even like...
Not even remotely, I don't think. Just looking at the can, even. I don't think so.
So, I mean, the rice lager and the corn lager, can you differentiate them?
Well, I was smelling out of the corn lager out of the glass, and then I was smelling the rice can.
Yeah.
And that one does have a little, the rice is a little different smell, but they're still very minimal.
I mean, could you drink this alone?
Like on a bet or... No, I think between...
Or maybe sitting in a garage, maybe.
I think between the rice and the corn, I would prefer the corn more than the rice.
Yeah, I think so too.
I mean, it's
not... I mean, are we talking like leaps and bounds?
No. No.
We're talking hair.
Yeah.
We're talking really... Yeah. And I don't have any other background to why they made this style. This is...
Yeah, like I said, I've never heard of this Ode or Odie or whatever this series is. I've never heard of it. And
because, I mean, that's the hard part. I mean, there's not a lot of flavor, not a lot of... I mean, you're making... I don't know. There's a lot of time and effort put into making this.
Yeah.
I mean, it's helping the farmers, but...
Oh, you go first on this one. Sorry. Yeah. I need to change one of my scores too, by the way.
All right.
Because I can't go above what we already had.
Well, I will say, try to follow on with you. Of the first four, this is probably the best.
Yeah.
But I can't say much more. I'm going to have to say a 2.1.
Yeah.
It's okay. I think I could sit in the garage on a hot day and have one. I don't know if I could finish it if I was mowing. I might accidentally spill it or something.
Right.
But this, I don't know.
Okay. So here's my deal.
Yep.
I agree with you, but there's no way I can put this at a 2.4. So the rice, I want to drop that down to a 2.0.
Okay.
And this one, I'm going to give a 2.1.
Gotcha.
The pale ales, I did go a little higher just because they did have more flavor.
Yes, and you do like those much more than I do.
Between the two, like I said, I would much rather have the corn than the rice because there is a little bit more flavor to it. But again, would I go to a store and say, I want this? No. I apologize, Central Waters, but I wouldn't. Yeah. It pains me to say that because most of the beers we've had from them were like, we drive a couple hours to go get them.
One way.
One way,
Yeah, this is, boy, I'm just struggling with adjectives to try to describe because it's just like hard to.
Yeah.
I mean, Because, I mean, it's not bad. It's not horrendous. It's just, I guess, for one thing, I probably haven't had a lot of corn beers or rice beers. I mean, because I don't like Busch products to begin with.
Yeah, you're
so I don't drink
mass-produced, yeah.
the mass-produced ones. I don't.
Now, I will, now that you say it, I do think these are brewed to be direct, these two for sure, to be direct competitors of like your big beers.
Right.
You know what I mean? And compared to them, they fall right into that category. You know what I'm saying? But where if somebody goes there and they go, hey, what do you have that's like this? Oh, we got this rice one or we got this corn one. And then the people are like, oh, okay. And they probably love it. Who knows?
Yeah.
But for those of us that are definitely into craft beer and, again, flavor and such, they're just kind of lacking and such. So again, they're not horrible, but I really wouldn't. Personally, I would not go looking for them. But, again, a new person could drink that all day long.
Yes. So, speaking of that.
Okay.
Which beer is traditionally associated with Germany? And it's not a Pilsner.
What style?
Yes.
Marzahn? Oktoberfest? No. That's not what they're looking for?
Well, you're not wrong, but I think maybe a little bit higher category. What Marzahn would fall in?
What category of Marzahn would fall in there?
Yeah. So you got the category above it, and then underneath is Marzahn.
Like a Dunkel?
No, Marzahns aren't done.
I don't know. Doppelbock? I don't know. Lager.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd take 1,000,000 points off. I totally missed that one. Because when I think German beers, I think Oktoberfest and
I know.
Marzahn.
That's what I was trying to say. It's a little higher level.
Yeah. Okay.
So that was not a hard. So we'll give you that one.
Okay.
All right. Number 8. What does the term lambic refer to? L-A-M.
It's a style of
B-I-C.
beer.
Yep.
But you want more specific than just a style of beer?
Yes. A little bit more.
They're kind of like, how do you describe them? I've had some lambics.
Okay.
They're typically like a fruity, if I remember right, almost like a kind of in the farmhouse style, I think. I could be way off. What is their definition?
It says a beer fermented with wild yeasts.
Oh, okay.
Almost beasts.
Because we've had lambic beers before,
Yes.
and they usually have like a stronger, a fruity flavor, Huh. Okay. Well, we got 3 beers left. How many questions you got left? 3?
I have 3 questions.
Oh, well, there you go. Nice.
All right. So let's hope we're through
I think we got through the
roughness.
Yeah, hopefully.
Wow.
So now we're going to move into another 16-ounce can.
All right.
And look at the guy there's a couple of them.
They look like ice cream cones.
They're like ice cream cones. And
what do you got?
It's an ice cream conversation.
Oh.
Ice cream conversations, Neapolitan stout.
Well.
Oh, boy. I hope this is like... now, we've had another beer.
So it says the style, and I don't know if it says it under, but on what I found, Neapolitan stout with strawberry.
Okay.
Does it say? I don't know if it says on the can or not.
It does not say. It just says Neapolitan stout. Oh, here we go. Stout brewed with strawberries, vanilla, and chocolate. So it does have strawberry.
Well, that's a good thing.
Remember, we had another one that was like a Neapolitan stout from a different company. I can't remember.
And it wasn't very good, I don't think, was it?
I think it reminded
sweet.
me of the ice cream, but like when it's all melted and
like in a blender.
Yeah.
So it says, what do you do when you can't decide what type of ice cream you want? You get Neapolitan. This beer is bright with strawberry and a beautiful chocolate and vanilla finish.
Okay.
Well,
and I got when I poured yours, the head got a little out of control.
Wow.
So we got
So it's definitely stout colored.
Yeah, it's by far the darkest one we've had so far.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure it won't stay that way, but I'm thinking, there we go.
All right.
So yeah, ice cream conversation.
And did you describe what's on the can?
So the can, it's like on the one side, there's like a chocolate ice cream cone. Of course, he's got arms and legs and such, and he's like in shock. He's going, oh, he got eyes in a mouth. And then you've got another
guy with no arms.
No arms. That's probably why he's going, whoa. Another ice cream or something. I don't see the cone on him. And that's it. Those 2 guys.
I can smell something this far away.
I can smell
is that the strawberry?
The strawberry. Oh, I can get the chocolate and the strawberry.
Yeah.
On the aroma for sure. Strawberry stands out.
All right, here we go.
The strawberry overpowers, I think. I don't get any vanilla, do you?
No,
At least on the first taste, I'm not picking up the vanilla.
no, I don't.
Definitely get the strawberry.
But it's almost like a non-sweet strawberry, like a bitter
Yes.
for some reason. I don't know what.
Like a sour strawberry type. Huh.
Boy,
Like I said,
I was expecting a lot more.
on the aroma, I do smell chocolate and I smell the strawberry. But the taste-wise is definitely strawberry.
Yeah, not the same as the write-up. And we said 6.3%.
6.3, yep. Wow. That's interesting. I'm trying to think. Yeah. I don't get the vanilla at all. I think that strawberry really overpowered it.
But even like the chocolate, I don't get a lot of chocolate. I mean, maybe a faint hint of it, but
I get more on the aroma than I get
in the flavor.
on the flavor. That's kind of weird.
Yeah. And, again, the first thing you think about, ice cream, sweetness.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not
and
the bitterness.
Yeah. And that strawberry, you're right, is like the not real sweet strawberries. It's like a sour, bitter, not quite ripe strawberry.
Kind of a green strawberry.
Yeah. Yeah.
The tart green one.
Huh. Interesting.
Wow. So you were first.
Oh boy. I'll go with 2.4. I just think that the strawberry overpowered it. I don't get vanilla at all. And like you said, if it was a sweet strawberry, I'd probably like it better. But I do think they need to maybe tone that down just a little bit.
Yeah.
Because again, I get the chocolate on the aroma, but not on the flavor.
Yeah. I'm going to have to go. I'm going to say a 2.2. I'm going to say it's so far, it has the best flavor, but it's not a great flavor. It's an okay flavor. But I had, of all the beers we were doing, other than the last one, I thought this one had the best potential.
Yep.
For had a good taste. But boy,
I don't know. I hate to say it, Jim, but I honestly think if this one, the warmer it gets, I think it might get worse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't mean that in a bad way, but I think that strawberry just would continue to overpower everything. I don't know.
Yeah, they could have cut back on the strawberry a little bit, maybe added a little bit more chocolate or a little more vanilla.
Yeah, I wish they had more vanilla because I don't pick that up at all.
Those flavors are really added to the quality because I'm like, oof, this one is not easy. I mean, we like stouts too. I mean, and this is not listed as a pastry stout, right?
No.
I mean, a Neapolitan, but it's not.
I finished that glass, and that strawberry is not sweet. It's just like, oof, crazy.
All right. Oof. We're running out of questions for you, buddy.
Okay.
All right. So this has got to be an easy one for you.
Okay. I appreciate that.
Give me a method used to add hop aroma and flavor without significantly increasing bitterness.
Is that dry hopping?
Yes, it is.
Nice. I paid attention to what my brother told me that time.
There, you got that one right. So
nice.
You're only down 10,000 points.
Hey, again, that's the closest to zero I've ever been in a long time.
And I'm really scared of this one.
Well, yeah, it could be. We could be... Yeah. Interesting. This is their last minute cobbler, and it's a fruited sour, 7%. And not reading, is that supposed to be a peach or what?
Cobbler is apple cobbler?
Well, there's peach cobbler as well.
Oh. Okay, well, let's see if I read a little bit here. Most of the time, our beers are planned out months or even years ahead of time. But there are rare instances where we simply look at some spare ingredients we have lying around and wonder, what can we make with them? This is one of those times. This beer is meant to pay homage to those days where we stand in front of an open fridge, scratching our heads, wondering how we're going to make a dessert for the last-minute dinner guest we're having come over tonight.
Oh.
7% ABV.
Smell the aroma on that one.
Oh.
I really got
There is
nothing.
something sour.
I got nothing on it.
I got something sour coming
So
up.
it looks like it's a peach playing billiards, and he's apparently losing or something.
Oh, boy.
Definitely very not see-through. I don't know what that fruit's supposed to be. It's not sour. It's kind of a sweet one, but I don't Can you tell what the fruit is?
No.
Like I said, I'm confused.
No, yeah, because that's a funky looking apple if that's an apple.
I was going to say, I don't know what it is. And the fruit, being a cobbler, I would think, okay, apple cobbler, cherry cobbler, peach cobbler.
Here we go.
Oh,
Look inside of the can.
okay.
Peach cobbler-inspired sour ale with peaches, lactose, vanilla, graham crackers, and cinnamon.
Well, let's take another taste then, because I missed a lot of that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm missing a few of those ingredients.
I guess on the aftertaste, I might get peach. Don't get graham cracker.
Cinnamon and then
Don't really get cinnamon.
vanilla.
No. Huh. Well,
Wow.
okay then. Is it the worst sour we've ever had? No. Is it the best sour we've ever had? No. You know?
Wow.
Boy. Again,
God, this hurts.
I'm so glad that they're into barrel aging.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm going to have to go. I'm not a fan of this. I'm going to go 1.7.
Okay.
I don't know if there's something, I know it's not overpowering sour, but like my mouth is just dried out from it. And I don't know what's causing that because I don't think peaches do that, but there's something, and I'm not sure what it is. It's like, I don't think, Mike, I'd even make this for you dessert if you were a last minute dinner guest. This is.
Dude, I can't. Here's my options. I can go 2.5. I don't think so. So I'm going to go 1.9. Again, like I said, if it says it's peach, but I really don't get much of a peach flavor. I don't get the cinnamon. I don't get graham cracker. I don't get
Any of those flavors.
I get the sour type part. And it's not overly sour, but that's the only flavor I get is like just a generic sweet sour kind of thing. And the artwork on the can is cool, but I just don't.
Well, look that was probably his face when he took his first drink,
he went,
too.
Wait a minute.
Whoa!
Yeah, dang it. Okay.
Wow. This is not easy.
Well, I guess would I recommend this one to a new person? Probably not.
No.
I think it's just, there's not, in this day and age, most of the sours out there are more sweeter than sour, but they also have very good flavor.
Yes.
Typically, or a lot of flavor, where this one, I don't get a lot of flavor, unfortunately. So
the sourness overpowered everything.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And it's not that it was super sour, but it was just that the flavors were so minimal.
Right. Muted. And
Yeah, there you go. Muted. Thank you. I couldn't recommend this one either.
Boy, we have not had luck here
Our last 2 weeks have been a little sketch. I think the last one will make up for it. But, well, why don't you hit me with your last question? Can you, once your eyes open or after you chug that taster glass down?
All right. These should be easy questions for you.
Multiple questions?
Cool.
Oh, okay.
In brewing, what does the term mash refer to?
Well, mash is when they you have your water and your grains, and you're actually heating it up to extract the sugars out of it.
I think I can give this because theirs was the mixture of water and crushed grains.
Yeah.
So I think you got it.
Okay.
We'll give you a point.
a point one.
0.00001.
Nice.
So that's positive.
All right, I'm getting closer to zero.
All right, and your last question of the night.
Okay.
Which beer style is known for its cloudy appearance and banana-like flavor?
A Hefeweizen.
Oh, grasshopper. You are correct.
Do I get 1 point?
I'll give you 1 point.
Nice.
I'll give you 1 point.
Awesome.
So you did.
I rocked it.
You did pretty damn good. I mean,
This one I did.
yeah, you did. I was surprised. I mean, the ones you got wrong were hard ones.
Yeah.
They were the average.
Yeah,
craft beer.
that word there, I still don't, to this minute, I have no idea how to even pronounce it. So,
Okay, well, let's.
all right. Well, to close out this Central Waters, and I know the rest of them have been a challenge, we have had this one before.
So let me ask you this as a wild question.
Yes, sir.
I know that this one's going to probably taste better. That's not even related.
Right.
Do you want to tell me what you thought of this group first, and then we'll drink that one?
That's
You wanna do
probably,
that?
yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay.
Boy, it was surprising because again, I had only heard of the one we have left.
Yep.
And I had heard of the HHG, but I don't think I'd ever had it.
Okay.
So the rest of them I had never even heard of. And it's kind of interesting because like I said, again, we know them from their barrel aging program. And this is as far away from that as you can get.
Yes.
Is there one I would recommend? Boy, I guess honestly, the only one. Well, I take that back. I could, if you're into like mass-produced beers, the Roger or the corn lager, I could see where I could recommend that to a person because it's going to be closer to what they're used to.
Okay.
Personally, I don't know. I think the highest score I gave was to the ice cream stout, but it was kind of because I didn't want to duplicate anything.
Doesn't mean it was that good.
Right. So I guess, honestly, Jim, I hate to say it, but the corn lager was probably the best one flavor-wise to me so far. And not that the other ones were terrible, but they just were kind of not what I was expecting.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say the same exact thing. The least of the evil would be the corn lager.
The lesser of 7 evils or 6 evils. 6 evils.
I guess we've come to expect a level of the bourbon-barrel.
Yep.
So we I think I personally was expecting the beers all to taste not perfect, not barrel aged, but in that category. And maybe this is their experiment to try to, if somebody comes in and doesn't like the barrel aging,
right,
this is something that they can drink. But boy,
it has been an education.
Yeah, I am, and I guess the other part too is none of these beers are on tap.
Oh, at the brewery.
At the brewery.
Okay, yep.
They're only in cans, and you can only take the cans and leave with them.
You can't have them there.
You can't have them there. So maybe, then I guess for my future reference, when I go up there, make sure I stick to the tap beer.
Right.
Because, boy.
Because you know what? We will run over there in a heartbeat for the barrel aging stuff.
Yes.
This stuff, I don't necessarily think we really need to pick that up anymore.
We've tried it. We can check the block. And then what do you have that's last one there?
The last one we have is their Cassian Sunset.
All right.
And this one is just slightly above on ABV at a low 11.7.
Okay. Now it's in our wheelhouse.
And 27 IBUs.
Nice. Okay. So we have a bourbon barrel aged imperial stout with the local MEJ's coffee, whole vanilla beans, and cinnamon. Synonym. The flavor profile of this wonderful beer boasts a lush mouthfeel with just the right amount of creamy spice character to meld with the rich malt and barrel aged profile.
Okay. And this is part of their barrel reserve or brewer's reserve selections. So,
all right. So let's hope.
Yeah, it still doesn't.
Ooh.
It smells better than the other ones.
Yeah.
You definitely get you can smell the bourbon barrel.
Yes.
You can smell the coffee.
I don't know if I get the vanilla.
Yeah, I don't know if I get vanilla.
Oh, there's vanilla there. I can taste it. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, why couldn't they have used that much vanilla in the last couple?
Yes.
Oh,
wow. That's good.
Yeah. Yeah, that one redeemed. They redeemed themselves.
It's almost like it tastes coconut, but I don't know if that's coconut.
I think that's the coffee.
Is that the coffee?
And the vanilla, I think.
Kind of mixed together.
Because I get the same kind of a thing, but it's like they didn't say anything about coconut.
Right.
It's got to be that.
MBJ's coffee?
Yeah. Well, that and like I said, with the vanilla. I think that vanilla gives, because right now the aftertaste, I'm getting more vanilla.
Yes.
And
a good vanilla.
Yeah.
Yeah, that tastes good. I think we've been waiting for something like this for a while.
For at least 6 beers worth.
Yes.
Wow. And like I said, love Central Waters. I mean, they're one of the premier when it comes to barrel aging. And I get why they're doing these other things too.
Right.
I totally understand it. Because not everybody is quite as barrel aged nuts as we are. But, boy, it's a stark difference between this one and the other ones we tried today.
I mean, even last week we tried hard.
Yeah.
We didn't find anything good, and now we've had to finish almost this entire episode to come up with.
Yeah.
We might need to switch gears again and go into some kind of barrel aged.
I was going to say.
Just to get us back on track again.
Just to get our taste buds going, wait a minute, what's going on here, guys?
Yeah, this is, but we're trying other stuff so that people know that we're not just trying to do one type, but boy, this was not an easy class.
No. And like I said, the cool thing I really liked about this show today was just most of these I'd never even heard of, never had them, probably won't have them again, But I'm glad that you picked these up, because when's the next time that we would actually try these?
Well, now after drinking them, I can say it'll be a while.
Yeah,
maybe next year.
Be a great while, probably.
So, what do you think? Have we scored the Cassian? What are you thinking on that?
Oh, that one. Let me take another taste in a hurry. That one, I'm going to go like a 3.7.
You like that one?
I like that one. Like I said, that vanilla is very good.
Yeah.
The coffee's not overpowering, which I don't mind. And you get the barrel, but that too is not, you can taste it, but it's not like, whoa, like some of them we've had. But it's good. I think for an all-around barrel-aged beer, it's solid.
Yeah.
And I think somebody that's never had a barrel-aged beer before, they could try this one.
Right. And we don't know what type of bourbon.
No.
And we don't know how long it was aged.
Yep, they didn't say either of those.
Because, like in a lot of their bomber bottles, they put on there exactly how many months
it was
aged and what it was.
And they've had some for a long time.
Right. So that was probably the only thing that's a little challenging, because I really don't know what type of bourbon barrel. I think it tastes, I don't have a bourbon burn.
Right. No.
Not an overpowering bourbon flavor. So, like you mentioned, I think somebody could try this one for like their first bourbon barrel beer and not be turned off. I think I'm going with the same score, 3.7. I don't even think I can even put the other ones in this category for this beer. Even though they're brewed by the same company.
Yep.
It's just so amazing how different this last one is compared to the other ones.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
It is like really hard to even come up with the words to describe the differences of
exactly.
the barrel aged compared.
I agree with you. Cassian Sunset, by far the winner of this group. Totally different. Well, these are all different styles, but totally different than the rest of them. And again, like I said, they know what they're doing when it comes to barrel aging. Keep it up. Keep coming out with that stuff. We'll keep coming back. The other ones they have a purpose. We're not quite sure what all of that is, but there you go.
We're not. I guess the hard part for us is we wanted to try everything. We wanted to at least, so we had an idea too. If somebody asked us, "Hey, was there different beers out there?"
Yep.
Well, there are different beers, but I think we found out you're rolling the dice. You don't really know what I think we had some high expectations based on the barrel aging process and what the beers are going to taste like. But unfortunately, could they be better? Maybe. I don't know. It just probably wasn't in our wheelhouse for these.
Right.
Other than the last one. The last one hit the mark. It was dead center on this one.
Well, I was just thinking, if somebody comes up to us and says, "Hey, I'm going to Central Waters. I'm not big into barrel aging. What would you recommend?" And now, like you said, when you picked them up, you couldn't drink these there, and they weren't on tap. So it's kind of like, because I was going to say, well, what kind of beer do you normally like? And if they're kind of a mass producer, I'd say, the rice or the corn, but you can't drink them there. So it's like, I don't know. That's the part that's a little weird to me. But again, love Central Waters, and like I said, I think I'll just kind of keep on that darker side,
the far end.
Yeah, the far end.
Yeah, because you could look at. This is definitely the can that stands out too. Mm-hmm. It's an all black can, and all the other ones are silver cans.
It's kind of weird because when you get into those, it seems to me like it's a little more classy,
right?
Because you don't have like these cartoony kind of characters on their barrel aged stuff. They're more serious about those.
Yes.
And I think that shows in not only the beer, but in the packaging quality, and everything else.
Yes,
and
the whole package.
Yep.
Everything.
Exactly. Whew. Well, awesome. Hey, we survived another one.
Yes, we did.
It was touch and go there for a little bit, but
our wing almost touched. We had to come for a fly around.
Exactly. So awesome. This is cool. I'm glad we tried these different beers from Central Waters because, again, I'll guarantee we probably won't have most of them, again. But, it was awesome. So, Jim, thank you for picking these up and including me in on this. Like I said, a couple of them I wasn't maybe going to thank you for it, but it was cool. I'm glad we tried them.
Yes.
Just to see how they do with that stuff. Again, they're an A to A plus level on their barrel aging stuff, and I'm sure that they have a big following for this other stuff. But I'm going to stick to the barrel aged stuff.
Yes, me too. I echo everything you said. I think we'll have to finish this last barrel aged one.
Yeah,
the rest we might not finish,
right.
But we're gonna at least stick it through for one.
Yes, we will do that. So hey, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you always go and visit your local craft breweries. Most of them are going to have a lot of different styles and flavors and everything else to try. Give it a whirl.
Oh, can we throw a shout out to one of those podcast guys that gave us a shout?
Sure.
a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Well, I can't remember their name.
Oh, yeah. It's actually their podcast is what an interview. Yeah, they
gave us a shout out.
They gave us a shout out, and they did their first craft beer tasting on their show. We encourage them to keep doing it.
Yep.
You know, our scoring system is 0 to 5, not 1 to 4.
There you go.
But hey, I give you guys credit because I do believe they're more kind of in that mass produced beer category because they're younger.
Yep.
You know, probably don't have the disposable income right now, but keep it up. And give them a listen. They're interesting. Their show are usually like interviewing people from their town,
right?
And that do different stuff. So they're pretty interesting to listen to. I give them that.
Yep.
And thanks for the shout out, guys, and right back at you.
There you go.
And like I said, keep trying beers.
We can almost do a cheers. We have plastic glasses.
Clink. There
Clink,
you go.
Here's to you guys.
There you go. Well, hey, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for once again listening to our show. Go out, try and find some Central Water beers. And like we always say, we hope your campfire's always warm.
And your beers are always cold.
See ya.
See ya. Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Northwoods Beer Guy podcast. If you have a question, a comment, or a beer you'd like us to review, please feel free to send us a message at northwoodsbeerguy@gmail.com. You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. If you're on Untappd, look up Northwoods Beer Guy and send a friend request. Until next week, I hope all your campfires are warm and all your beer is cold.